So here's your Factorio window. And then here's your game audio. And then I'll see you shortly. Be back in 1 minute. Right, I'm so back. We're so back. Update stream title. Factorio. Twitch also gives notifications. My Twitch notifications, I think, are busted. Because they always send really late. Maybe it's a me problem somehow, but I don't know. I don't think they've ever actually sent out on time. So, drink a lot of water, you piss a lot of pee. You drink a lot of water, you piss a lot of pee. You drink a lot of water, you piss a lot of pee. That's great. I'm so glad that you have healthy urinary tract function, I guess. That's good. I'm really happy for you. Why not play modded Minecraft, like really modded Minecraft? I have, and honestly, it's because I just think that Factorio is more interesting. It's not like a Minecraft slight, but the first-person perspective just kind of doesn't do it. I like the overview. I like being able to see everything. Also, blueprints, man. I don't think that Minecraft lets you blueprint. Like, Factorio isn't a game about building a factory. Factorio is a game about coding. It's just very cleverly disguised as a game. Speaking of, we gotta get pentapod eggs on the go here. That is the big thing that we are missing right now. So that is going to involve tearing this down and extending these belts out further. Well, let's build first. So number one, I guess the easiest way to do that would be like this. And then you're gonna grab from here. And you're gonna, this looks so ugly. You're gonna grab from here. And then you're gonna grab from here. No, wait, you don't need to do that. You need to do it here. So you filter on spoilage. You also filter on spoilage. And then you also filter on spoilage. Yeah? Good? Should be good. Yeah. Mostly. Man, the spoilage bed fills up quick, huh? Maybe I should stick a lane balancer in here. You're gonna have to stick a lane balancer. No, don't even stick a lane balancer in here. Just split the lane. There, that'll give it a bit more space to insert things. So, the last thing we need to do before we leave forever is we need to set up pentapod eggs and agricultural science to fix the lines later. Don't worry about all that. And the way we're going to do that is by taking a look at what our ratios are first. So we're going to need pentapod egg generation, and we're going to need science. Half of a pentapod egg gives us 0.75 egg science per second. We're aiming for about 300 egg science per minute, which is 5 per second. So we want to aim for about 6 machines that are making biochambers, which means we need 2 pentapod eggs per second. No, 2.3. You need 3 pentapod eggs per second. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3. 4, 4, 5, 6. Egg science. You're going to have a shared belt that handles pentapod eggs and handles bioflux. And then you're also going to have a dedicated nutrients belt that only carries nutrients. And these are going to go directly into a heating tower. This is going to be a very high throughput production line because the pentapod eggs also consume a crazy amount of nutrients. So this is going to consume 4 nutrients per second. And I need how many? 3 divided by 0.33. 9? Okay, I may not make this that big. What if you did 4? Then you're making 0.75 times 4. You're making 180 egg science per minute. And then you would need 6 biochambers making pentapod eggs. I think that's manageable. So 4 and 6. 24 nutrients per second, but then you're going to need more to run these biochambers. You're probably going to need about 30 to 35 nutrients per second. So it's absolutely going to be a turbo belt. And do you have the turbo belt chip in position yet? You don't have it requesting yet. You have it grabbing stuff off of Fulgora. But you also need it grabbing stuff off of Volcanus. Which is maybe this one? No, but you don't need all of that. What's the one you're using on Novi's? How did this happen? What's happened here? This is actually really bad. Because it means the walls are down? We have to go back to Novi's like right now. We're gonna have to build a second rocket. Oh god, it's not in orbit. I need you to come back. Need you to come to Gleba, please. How did this happen? Let's see if you can puzzle it together. You have no fuel cells. Where did they go? You have no U-235. Where did it go? You have 5,300 U-2... Oh, it's all going into the box. It's all going into the box, and none of it is going into the actual assembly machines. That's what happened. Because this splitter isn't a priority splitter. You need to do that. And if you would do that, then this whole system would work fine, but eventually you need a way for the U-238 to get back into the system. How long has that been broken? It happened extremely recently. It happened about 17 minutes ago. I think we still caught it fairly early. It is going to suck that we have to build a whole second rocket, but this is why we automated everything we need to make a rocket. And you just ran out of... Oh, everything is breaking. How did you run out of power? Because you're firing the rocket and you're building a new rocket. We're actually... Okay, we're fine. Gleba power grid needs to be upgraded. Gleba power grid cannot maintain rocket launches long term. That's going to need to get fixed. The broader issue is that Nauvis is out of power and I can't restart it automatically. So we're just going to have to go directly to Nauvis. On the way back, we're going to stop by Volcanus and we're going to pick up some turbo belts. And I also probably want to change this logistic request to Volcanus Gleba. And on the Volcanus Gleba route, you're going to bring 1,000 turbos, 100 undergrounds, 100 splitters. You're also going to fix that. Anything else you need on Volcanus? Cliff explosives? Are you making cliff explosives on Volcanus? Probably want to bring some of those. Let's say like 100. I'm not gonna bother with foundries, I don't think, because we're going to import all of our belts. I should probably bring down like 20 big mining drills. What else would be useful from Volcanus? I think that's it. I think that's all we need from Volcanus. Drop me to Novice as soon as you get there. Should probably bring some solar panels up here too. It looks like you're down 4. Down 8, sorry. Let's go fix this base. So 2 things need to happen. First thing that needs to happen is we need to turn the nuclear reactors back on. And we can only do that manually. Wait, you have none fuel. You can handcraft fuel cells. And that'll be good enough. So that'll be base back on as soon as they come up to temperature. They still have temperature. Thank God. Okay, so base is back online immediately. The next thing that you need a pair of requesters here and here. You need a pair of long-handed inserters here and here. And these are going to request 100 U-238, U-235. So they're going to pull out of this box, they're going to put into this box. These are going to run all the time. I can actually connect them to the logistics network instead. We're going to say as long as you have less than 200 nuclear fuel cells, you run. We can disconnect these. These don't need to be attached. Remove that wire. These don't need to be attached. You can remove that wire. You can remove that wire. You can remove this wire. And that should be fine. You don't do anything, and I actually don't know what you're supposed to do. What's this supposed to be? What is that train supposed to... I have no idea what that train is supposed to be. So I think that's all we needed to fix immediately. How are we looking here otherwise? Everything good? Everybody okay? You guys alright? Any dead mineral patches I can clean up? We are still at 425k uranium. That's concerning. We should get that number up a bit higher. We have cleaned out a lot of biter nests, but not all. You guys aren't getting ammo. You should be set up to run. You're not full. I guess that's in progress still? I mean, it definitely looks like we've cleaned out a lot. Like, we've shelled a lot of this area. Yeah, maybe that is running. And you guys are just the last couple that haven't been blown up yet. It looks like we were just in time to turn all this back on. There's our drones now with repair packs and ammo. Okay, I think we're good to leave. I think we managed to catch it early enough, and I think we can go back to Gleba and finish Gleba. Your KD's only going up. I will tell you this, your high water mark to beat is 3.6. 3.6 is the highest KD that has ever been recorded in any match. So if you can beat that, I think you're loving life. Well, like, maybe not. Maybe you're loving life ironically, but I don't think you would literally be loving life. I think you would literally be like, you know, get me out of this hellhole. You know what? It'll find its way back. And then you can have some of this, you can have some of that. I did not mean to take all those out. This is disastrous. What do you not have right now? What's preventing you from running? Blue. What happened to blue? Blue's running. I guess blue is just your bottleneck? You didn't get a red circuit delivery, maybe? Ah, this could be a problem for later. We're just gonna head back to Gleba and finish what we were working on. Dump it. Dump it. Dump it. Take it. Oh, right, your ammo, too. No, that's the wrong rocket. Where did your Gleba Voyager go? Why is it back on Gleba? It's alright. Well, we're about to be on the space platform. Also, you don't have enough oxidizer to make this trip. You'll probably be fine. It's all going wrong. Yep. Hello there, Navi Space Science. Lovely to see you. But, this isn't really where I'd like to be right now. Also, BRB 2 seconds, blowing nose. I'm back. What was destroyed? A single wall. That's because artillery is firing. Why aren't... Oh, you're out of range. These corners are a problem. I think those would rather be gun turrets rather than laser turrets. But a little late to change it now. Is my Gleba ship back? It's chugging along. Being out of oxidizer is certainly not doing you any favors. You're kind of making it. It's like a consistent 80 kilometers per second. I can live with that. Also, I can just build this while we're gone. Like, I can keep planning it. So, the pentapod eggs are going to work much the same way that the mineral production does. In that we're going to do a little bit of, like, passing them back and forth. So, this belt is going to be... Oh, this isn't exactly going to work the way that you want it to, you know. You're right. You need to slightly change this. What you need to do instead is this. Let's build it somewhere completely out of range. You want four egg signs. 2 belts running down the middle, 1 nutrients, 1 bioflux plus eggs. Then I think you actually want to go like this. Except not like that. Like this. No, not like that either. What are you trying to do? Put the egg chambers in as well. You'll want 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The nutrient belt is going to stay consistent. That comes all the way through. This belt is not, though. You're going to need to be a turbo. We know that. So you'll go like that. And then this is going to be bioflux, but only on one side. This is going to be pentapod egg. It's going to be like this. Yeah, it's going to be that, and then you don't even need to go underground. You can just be straight through. Hold on. I'm thinking. This needs to come down by 1. Then this needs to go underground. This needs to go underground. And like that. No, you need them to be here. You're doing this all wrong. Just put the red inserters in first. So you need one that pulls like this, one that pulls like this. One that pulls like this, one that pulls like this. Underground like that. And then immediately back into underground like this. Because you need one that pulls like this, one that pulls like this. Then you need these. Is the Gleba ship back yet? Yes. And then you also have to pull nutrients into these machines. Which you would do here. And you would do here. And then you would need to hook water into these machines. Which you would do here and here. And then you would need to circuit these. No, circuit the other one. Circuit these. And the condition on the machine is read contents. Do not include in crafting. And the condition on this inserter is enable when pentapod egg is greater than 3. So this turns 1 pentapod egg into 2 pentapod eggs. But then this inserter is going to take a pentapod egg out of this machine and put it into this machine, and they're going to feed each other back and forth so that the amount of pentapod eggs is sustainable. Then the only time these inserters turn on, also stack size is going to be 1 on these, so they only take out 1 egg at a time. The only time these inserters will turn on is when there's an overflow of eggs inside these machines. So the priority will be that the eggs go into the opposing machine, because these inserters will grab first. And the only time these inserters turn on is when there is a surplus of eggs. They'll go onto this belt, it goes here, it comes down here. You are going to need to put undergrounds into this mess somehow. Yeah, where are you going to fit the underground in? That's a really good point. Because we need to pass bioflux through to them, and then you also need bioflux. Let's think on that. You need to go to Volcanus. Do you have enough oxidizer? Yeah, you're fine. How do you get bioflux in here in a way that's tidy? Maybe you run it along top and bottom. Do you move this back by one? Move this back by one. You have a second belt that comes along like this. I think this works. I can't immediately see it, but I think this works. You go into a splitter that then just turns like this. I think that'll work. We'll have to test it. And then because there could be... Oh, but there can be pentapod eggs on that splitter. So we can't just leave them on one side to expire. This is good. This is a solid foundation. I wonder if a single turbo is long enough to do this run. Oh my god, it is. Alright, that fixes everything. So you're now bioflux in. Yeah, that fixes everything. Then you come down like this, you come down like this. So we need bioflux to only be on one side of this belt. And then eggs can go on the top side. And then nutrients are on the bottom side. As far as nutrients go, we said we would need 12, 24 more to run the machine. So let's say we need 30. $30 seems like a fairly safe bet. You make 60? Alright, we can do it off of one biochamber then. And that biochamber will go here. No, it'll go like here. Because if it needs to move 60, it's going to need a ton of ball conservers taking stuff out of it. So I think it's going to want to go like this. This might end up even being overkill, but if it is, so be it. No, I think that's going to end up being overkill. Just do it like this. Actually do it like this. Because then you can send the nutrient belt back around. And you can have this guy grab nutrients to keep the machine running. And then this guy can grab bioflux. And it goes through like this. And then it just plugs in here. You can shorten that. You can choke that up a little bit. You can get it to go there. Kind of want to combine these pipes too. Which you could do like this. Just set that epi pipe out. And then as far as getting bioflux onto one side of the belt, the near side specifically, you can do this. And then this would be bioflux. These would be the two fruits. How much space is there between that and spoilage? 2. So spoilage would be here, and it can just go underground. That should... Oh, I want it to come out the other way, though. Okay, leave this. Cut this, flip it. Now do it. So this is bioflux. Here. Which means that these are the fruit belts. So the fruit belts can just dip underground like this. And like this. And then the spoilage belt will be off to the side. Don't hate it. I don't hate it. What if I bring you up by one more just to get a little bit of separation in? In this, you don't technically need to be a turbo belt, you just need the turbo underground. But this one, you absolutely need to be a turbo belt. So that should be pentapoding. Done. We'll still have to power it and stuff, but I think that's basically how that's going to work. You have your belts, you have your undergrounds, you have no splitters. Do you have them available on planet? You have 500 available on planet. You have no cliff explosive available on planet. Let's drop to Volcanoes quick and go set cliff explosive up. Because I would like to blow up a couple cliffs on Gleba. What's your problem? Fulgora, not enough logistic space? That's fine. Hello, Volcanus. Let's go add to my bot wall. Can I please get a assembly machine 2 with a fast inserter out and a fast inserter in and a power pole extension and a cliff explosive, which is going to also need me to make barrels and grenades. So you are cliff explosive filter. You are requester chest, copied from here. You are logistics limit. 500. You are barrel. You flip these. Wester, storage, you are barrel. Limit. Because we're going to want these on Aquilo. We're moving Thorough Keycount around. 2000. Wait, how do you stack to? 10 times 40. 400. There we go. And then you are going to be grenade. Out, in, storage, military, grenade, requester, grenade, limit. You only need like 50 of these. We'll never need stacks and stacks. Alright. You also need to put coal in the logistics network for that, I would imagine. Clean up some of these drills that have exhausted themselves. Clean up some of these belts that are no longer necessary. This coal patch is starting to get a little dry. And then what can I steal off of? You could just steal off of here, probably. Give me stack inserter. Give me storage chest. Logistic request. You are enabled when coal is less than, let's say, 2,000. Off you go. So that should be automated cliff explosives. Let's go check up on the tungsten ore patch, which has almost run itself out. As long as we're here and we have to wait for cliff explosives to build, we might as well get a new patch up and running. Because we're going to need this for our military science to continue to develop. Also, no, you're in bot range. They'll find their way over here eventually. Target full. Oh, I never put a belt down for you. Holy cow. How long has that been like that? You don't have any available resources, but you do have one random little piece of tungsten waiting there to get mined. Did I do the same thing for you? No, you're running. All the rest of these are running. And then where's my next tungsten coming from? It's coming from you. How many poison capsules you got? You want to try and poison capsule this guy? Pretty sure you put in them all. You did. Grab 100 of them. We're gonna need to go clear this fella out. But given that we have mech armor now, it should not be that hard. We can fly over any kind of obstacles we need to. Where are you? You big worm nerd. There you are. Oh, you know what? He's gonna hit me with the shockwave, and then I'm not going to be able to fly. So this isn't actually as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. I need to come, like, here to fight him. Or I could just ring around the rosy on this cliff, maybe. Why don't you save? Yeah, that seems prudent. Alright, come walk into your poison cloud, please. That's gonna kill you. Yeah, you need to leave yourself more room to navigate. I need you to come over to, like, here, maybe. Or even better, down here. Or even, like, here might be okay. Maybe clear a couple rocks out. We should have just brought a tank over, but I don't know if I have any uranium shells here right now. Okay. Then we can trash all that. I think this will be fine. Okay, unlucky. If we had avoided that fissure, I think we have it. You should save after you clear the rocks out. This one's so much faster with a tank. He should have just made a tank. Do you have any more? Did you take all of them out of your landing pad? Yes, you did. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, save now. Sidestep fissures. Keep your poison application on. You're stuck behind rocks, that's pretty bad. You need to get him back into this cloud. Oh, we're free! Never mind. I'm getting a tank, man. It's too hard. Oh, we auto-saved. That's pretty bad. Can I juke him? No, you're trapped in hell there. Alright, load your game. No, you shouldn't give up. You can do this. Come on. It's time to game. What if you bring him around the other way? And then just tank like 2 fissures. Like 3 fissures. See, now you're just throwing. Now you're just actively throwing. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go make a tank, because I've forgotten how to kill demolishers. How many uranium shells do I have down here? You have 480 cannon shells. You have none uranium shells. You should get those manufacturing. The best place to do that would be... well, anywhere, I guess. You could do it in the mall. Bring you along. Your limit on this should be probably like 200, because I don't think we're going to need many of them. How many can I send up in a rocket at one time, though? 25? That'll be fine. Yeah, we're gonna need to cannon this thing when it gets over to, like, here. I just don't remember how to use poison capsules well enough. But I would like to have that set up before I leave, because then I don't have to worry about Volcanus for a bit again. No, you should go to Gleba and you should get Ag Science set up, and then once Ag Science is set up, you should come back here and do it. Because you want your agricultural science running. You did what you needed to on Volcanus, which is you got cliff explosives going. And you should have enough now. Your rocket fuel is still so bad here, too. It is. You want to set up a second one? Is that what you're thinking? It is what I'm thinking. We're not really limited on any of it. Yeah, you should. If you're going to be using Volcanus more, you really should. Alright, I need a Roboport. Just the one. I'm gonna pull you to about here. I need cliff explosives, because I need to make a little extra space over there. You're not making explosives yet. That's right. There's a step that you forgot. The step that you forgot was explosives. And you're gonna need water for this. You should put it down by your other chem plants. Actually, what else takes water as input? Why did you even bring that over? It's that. It's your refined concrete. Alright, grab pipe. And then grab pipe underground. Do you have such a thing? There. So you're going to go here, and then you're going to be water. You're going to be explosives. You're going to be storage, requester. You are going to be logic controlled. Explosives are an intermediate. We're never going to need more than like 200. And then you're filtered on only explosives. And you're also going to wait for coal, which is fine because we put coal into the logistics hub. Then we don't really need you. You should be going down here. But I guess we're full on that request and you're not melting iron lately. Okay. Space Foundation we're probably never going to use. Calcite, I think eventually that'll get itself cleared out. And you're working. Great. Alright. Now we can get started. You come over here. We're gonna need many more than one, but we can at least get started. So to start, copy this. Copy this. Flip it. Line it up about here. Then flip it. Line it up about here. Then double it. Do you really need to double it? No, you don't really need to double. But I do want to change the way this calcite comes out eventually. I think for now this will be okay. There you are. Oh, and then how are you going to get your light oil in here? Yeah, you forgot about that stuff. I guess you can go like that. Doesn't look ugly, but it should work. You don't have any power. I can fix that as well. So that should be a pretty significant improvement in our oil production. It's going to triple the amount of rocket fuel that we make. We don't have a ton of construction drones, so it's going to take them a little while to work on. But they'll get it done. And then how many shells have you managed to make on Novi's? 41? Send the Gleba Voyager over to Nauvis. Put in a miscellaneous request for 25? Because I can't really imagine you're going to need more than that. And then build a tank here to get ready for it. 50 steel plate. Yoink. 15 iron gear wheel. Yoink. 10 advanced circuit. Yoink. And then 32 engine. Yoink, I guess? That's 24. 27. Are you putting it in the mall anywhere? You are. There you go. One tank. And then the rest of you can just go back in here. Stick you over here. Grab me a couple construction drones. Because we might need to bulldoze a couple rocks out there. Grab me a little bit of fuel for it so that it runs. No? Sure. You making construction bots or only flying robot frames? Only flying robot frames, but they're basically the same thing as a construction bot. Gleba Voyager is at Nauvis. Gleba Voyager... That's not right. All of you should be accepting automatic requests from space platforms. None of you are? Oh, maybe that's one. Because I don't want you to deliver 50 solar panels. So we'll just get rid of these. Because you don't need it. Now can you? Yes. Okay, there we go. All of you, I suppose, can be automated then. There you go. And then we'll just wait for that shipment to arrive down here. I guess we can start clearing out some rocks in the meantime. We'll begin driving the tank over. I would like to meet you on the field of battle over here. It's open-ish. So all of those will probably need to go. You need to go. You'll need to go. All of you will need to go. And then we're just going to wait here for him to loop around. Who knows where he is right now, but I think that's where I want to find him. You should have plenty of room to move around. Gleba Voyager has our shells on board. Time to come over to Volcanus. Yeah, you guys can take all away all of the garbage that I picked up while I was out. That's fine. You are down to 9,400. Let's go clean some of those up. This one can go, and then this whole belt can go. Keep you working productively. But that patch does not have much longer left in it. Club of Voyagers on the way. See if we can track down my worm friend. I hope he's not on the other side of this territory again. I think we're actually just going to catch him. I think he's timed that exquisitely. Are you in position, Gleba Voyager? Not quite. You're getting close, though. This is such a slow ship. I can't wait to oh, we're out of thruster fuel. That's not what I expected to run out of. And that's just because you don't have enough carbon. Okay. Where's my carbon pressure? Here? Yeah, it's working. We're just using up more thruster than we have access to. So let's take a little bit of this calcite out so that there's room for other stuff when we drop it. You immediately drop this. Good. Now we hope that we still catch him. Which it looks like we do. Where is he? He's made no progress at all. Alright. What if I were to entice you to come and visit them? Does this make you mad? You get upset about this? I don't think he cares. Oh, maybe he does. He's kind of looking at it. That's definitely not his normal path. I think he does care. Just come over here. Come get mad. Come get irritated by my item placement. Do you have to be, like, close enough to notice it? I thought it was if you just put anything down in the zone, he'd get mad, but it seems like he actually has to be kind of close to it. There's definitely a range on it. And then you'll get mad about this one. Oh, but then there's another belt over here. Dummy. Better come and get it. Oh, but then what about this one? Doesn't that just cheese you off? He definitely gets cheesed by that one. And then up here. And then like one more, and then he's meeting an artillery shell. Notice this bell, you idiot. There you go. He still doesn't know about this one. Is that close enough? No, you need to get him a little closer still. Alright, I would say the worm is now in position. Prepare to engage worm. Worm has been defeated. It's so much easier with a tank. It's so much easier with a tank. I can't believe I saved Scum like 5 times just so that I could shell the absolute bejesus out of him with 4 tank rounds. 5 tank rounds. That is the way to handle small demolishers. You ship 1 stack of uranium cannon shells down to Volcanus, and off you go. You know what? You can just... yeah, you can just stay parked there. I'll go get a repair kit. You need iron plates. I need to make like 2 of them. And then I'm going to need a ton of drills. I'm going to need a lot of speed 3s. I'm going to need a lot of turbo belt. I'm going to need a lot of stack inserter. I'm going to need a lot of steel chest. I'm going to need a lot of power pole. Actually, you know what? Instead of these, I'm going to use substations, which surely I'm making here somewhere. Yeah, they're there. Alright, and that should be everything we need to try and cobble something together out here. So, let's go fix tank quick, just so it's not flashing at me. We're also going to need rail, I guess, and maybe like undergrounds and splitters for a balancer, but let's do these first. So, we do not have foundation yet, and we cannot build in lava. Which means I'm going to try and pick the single spot that interfaces with lava the least, and set up there. So currently that looks like this. Really wish I could go up 1 more, but I can't. Do you reach across 3? You do. So then I can tile this. It'll still power. Tile this, but you don't even need these. There's lava in the middle of that one, that's fine. A belt will still fit there. That belt's going to be a little complicated because there's lava there. And then how are you getting these out? You don't know how you're getting these out. Trim the end off. Trim this end off here. You can send them out that way. Right there is where that's going to need to go. You're going to come out like this. You're going to come out like this. And you are going to come out like this. We need to extend you out a little bit. You're fine, you're fine. I'm not going to be able to fit any more up top. I think this is just going to be the patch for now. And then where do you load the train? probably on top of this other patch. Or you'd need to pull it in over here, but then how do you get that belt there? You can't really loop it around. Actually, you might be able to pull a train in like this. If you turn here. Something like that. Into a 4-4. And then go grab your splitters and undergrounds, grab your track. Maybe run power with you on the way back so you don't have to do it later. No, you want to grab big pulls for that. Big pulls are just going to make it easier. That tungsten will last us a very, very long time. Not forever, but it'll last us at least to end of space. It's a 13 million patch, and even though we're only using like a third of it, there's still going to be plenty in there. Because our mining prod is only going to keep going higher. Hey, Boogita, how's it going? So you move in here. I need track. Tell me I automated track. You have to have. You didn't. Oh my god, what were you thinking? Oh, what were you thinking? Alright, here we go. What was dinner? I had some leftover chicken and rice that my wife had made a couple days ago. And it was very good. So your track... You're going to need to be rail support. We are going to logistics connection you. We're going to make like 1,000 of these. You're going to be track. You're going to be elevated track. Request. Have a power pole connection. Request. Connect. You're going to be like... I should only need like 40 of these. Maybe 100 of these. And then I'm just going to make the elevated ramps by hand, I think. Because I'm only going to need 2. So give me 200 reinforced concrete. Give me all of your steel. Give me a little bit of rail. Now where is this going to go? I wonder if I could get it over like right here. No, it's not going to go over the drills. As cool as that would look, it's not going to fit over the drills. Made rotisserie chicken for dinner? That's always a good one. How are we out of explosive? You're not putting sulfur into the logistics network. Also, you're making explosives. What happened over here? I don't know what you're for, but I'm gonna get rid of you. I don't remember what your purpose was. But you are making sulfur somewhere. You're not making sulfur anywhere. Okay. No, wait, maybe you are. It would be over here. You're not making sulfur anywhere. No, wait, maybe you are. No, you're not piping any petroleum gas over that way. You're going to need to add a really simple bespoke solution for it. And it's just going to go here. Here, you come here, we can kill these. You have a chem plant on you somehow. You're going to go here, sulfur. You are going to get Underground. Oh, you need petroleum gas. Not pipe. Petroleum gas. Go to here then, I guess, and then over to here. And then you go underground, you go above ground. Here. You take this out. You put it in a storage chest. You filter this to sulfur only. You expect that inserter to cry because it's not connected to a power grid. So you slide one power pole over and then it's done. Okay. So now you have sulfur, which means you have cliff explosive. And you needed your cliff explosive because you wanted to bulldoze this cliff so you could send this train out in the other direction. I'll be taking these, thank you. One here, here. Probably one there as well. Hate that. So that's where you're gonna go. Oh! We can put an underground there. Okay. So up and around and in. You're going to need to rotate the direction of that train stop. Did you think about that? You didn't think about that. Yeah, you didn't think about that at all. Alright. It's fine. It's still fixable. But I think it does mean that I'm just going to spur off of here. This is mostly a straight I could get a train track down here. I think I could get a train track down there. You agree? You do agree. Oh, I'm so happy. And you reach here too, then? Yeah, good. And then you're gonna swing around like this. We need to move that molten metal pipe. Because you want this one to diverge about here. Then you need to move that sulfuric acid pipe. You want this one. I think you're gonna need to bomb a lot of those cliffs too, I think. Maybe that's not the best place. No, because it's gonna look so cool running down the middle of the base. It has to go here. Because it's going to look neat. Is it the most practical place? Absolutely not. But it's going to look cool. Because you'll just be sitting here at the mall minding your own business, and then a train is going to come rumbling past you, and you're going to be like, oh, shit. And then this is probably where you want to come back down. So you'll just have this elevated section that runs through the base that's basically going to be like an L train. You need to figure out what it's going to do up here, though. The only solution is that that pipe has to move. It's the only way. So you would come around to here. And then you would come up to, like, here. And then you do like this little weird thing, and you do this little weird thing, and then you're plugged back in. Which now means that you can have this rail turn this corner and not be obstructed. And it reaches here, and then you can have it swing back this way. And then it should hook back in here. Not quite. Can I just get you to connect to this politely? There, that'll do. I hate the way those pillars look, but we're going to be tearing that whole spur down anyway. Okay, so this rocks. I love this. You come through this elevated section. You're probably going to need more rail support, and you're going to need a second elevator. So grab some more of that. Grab another 20 of these. Grab another 300 rail. Grab turbo undergrounds and splitters as well, so you can make the balancer at the far side. Some of these. And let's go set up the station on the far side, because that's going to take a little bit of finagling. Clear all this out. And does that give you enough room for a station? If it does, it's going to be real tight. Is that really like the world's tiniest piece of lava here? It is. Ugh. Ugh. And then can you fit an L? Ugh. It's not quite good enough. It's gonna have to go here, but then you can't make that corner. This isn't gonna work the way I wanted it to. It's gonna have to run through like this. What's up, Senna? How you doing? So you... Here. You... Well, put the station in. Because you want to know where your loading bays are going to be. Oh, this is going to be funky. Hang on. You here, you here. Whoa. You here. Wait, that's not going to work. You, like, here. And then you... No, wait, it's a two-car train. What are you doing? It's a two-car. You do not have a four-car. Trying to find a group running to practice with, but it's dead hours of PSD. Is Poor running? Poor is the first late PST group that I can think of that, would probably be, like, good practice for reasonable fights. Let's see if you could track down Lusty and see what he's doing. So you go here, here. You go here, here. And then you go here, here. You're on TOD and it's dead right now. If you wait 4 minutes, I think drunk runs, but they're usually more like PPT vibes rather than getting in. I assume when you say practice, you mean like the scrims for the 20s tournament. Drunk is fun to run with. I don't think they're going to be like scrims for the 20s tournament, though. Although I guess they did have good fights with Coin last night, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think this is a weird hour for scrims. You might not be able to track too much down. Strike. We can fix it later. So now that that station is bedded in, we could just look at the auto solution for the rail dragger. Sure. Okay, let's not do that, though. I don't feel like wasting cliff explosives where I don't need to. Isn't there a second hotkey that you can hold that's like non-destructive solution? Tab? It's not tab. I'll just do it myself. There we go. Clear all this garbage out. All this garbage out. So much garbage. And then this is where you want to go elevated. You didn't have to go that early. But I guess if that's where you wanted to go elevated, that's where you wanted to go elevated. And then you just come right in like this. And then you need to go grab some medium electric poles to actually get the power turned on there. But then we're good, and we have tungsten secured long term. So let's wrap this up, and then we can head back to Gleba, and we can finish what we were doing on Gleba originally. Yoink. I don't like that this rock overlaps with the tracks. It's a safety hazard. The NTSB would never allow that. So you come across here. Come down here. Some of the ugliest power poles I've ever put down, but it's on. Now let's see if you even need speed modules for this thing. Because it is going 4 belts into 2. I don't think you're going to need to speed mod those. I think you can just leave those. And then how close are you to using up the last bit over there? You're at 6K. You're very close. But you're not quite there. In about 30 minutes, we're going to need to come back to Volcanus. Hello, Demolisher. In about 30 minutes, we're going to have to come back to Volcanus, and we're going to need to switch this train over, which is really just going to be updating the name of the station that it stops at. I also don't need you on the circuit network. I don't really need either of you on the circuit network, because there's only one train. Alright. Just shoot it. That continues to be a pain spot. But at least it's self-repairing. Alright, that's all my stuff away. Is data stuff up on GitHub? It is not up on GitHub yet. I am waiting. I just want to get confirmation from Wordies that I'm actually okay to share it, because he's done some file processing on it on his end. And I just want to make sure that he hasn't, like, licensed any of the stuff that he's done with anything other than CC0. But if he says it's CC0 and it's good to go, then JSON files will go up, the resulting process CSV will go up, the Python code that I used to process the JSON into CSV will go up, and then I'll also put up the Tableau workbook file. I was telling Chomp earlier, I don't know if Chomp is still here, but I'm really interested in making that data set a public resource for the community so that people other than me can answer questions about what's going on in the game mode. But there's also a little bit of processing I need to do to it first because there's some places where there's API gaps. So one of the things that I was looking at as we fly from Volcanus all the way out to Gleba, which is going to take a while. One of the things that I was looking at... Primary monitor? Yeah. One of the things that I was looking at was these are the servers with the highest match KD and the servers with the highest deaths by number of total deaths. But if you come over here and you sort by lowest to highest, you get a ton of these matches that basically all happened in the same week. Match 1457, 1460, 1458, 1459, 1461. All of that is the same week. It's 1 week where activity was super, super low. But then if you go, for example, filter on match ID, and you look at 1457 or whatever it was, and then you plot, I don't know, skirmish deaths as your rows, and then you plot skirmish ID absolute as your columns, you can see that the API died at hour 25, and it never came back. So the reason that this match looks so low in terms of highest deaths is because, as far as the API is concerned, it was a match that was 25 hours long. So I need to add a little bit of pre-processing in, and this would exist in the Python pipeline that says if you ever see a skirmish that's 0 kill, 0 death, you need to omit that, or you need to at least flag it, so that when we're doing aggregates like that, we aren't looking at skirmishes that have incomplete data. So I definitely want to get that one cleaned up before I put it public on GitHub. But the other thing I want to add is I want to add a couple IDs for, like, was there a running event? Was it like a new hero jumpstart week or something like that? And a couple other flags as well. So I have a couple things that I want to do to it before I put it up on GitHub. But I would very much like it to live on GitHub eventually. And as soon as I know that I'm not falling afoul of any, like, CC0 stuff that Wordies has done with it, I'll get it up there. Do I have anything watching for short matchups? No. I was under the... Well, no, but I can do that in Tableau. Because every matchup should have 83 unique skirmish IDs in it. So if there's ever a point... Actually, maybe that's a way I can do it in Tableau. I'll think about it. But every skirmish should be 80... Every matchup should be 84 skirmishes. So if there's ever a time that the matchup isn't 84 skirmishes long, I could flag that as well. But yeah, I'm just going to do a little work that catches, like, weird stuff that sometimes happens in the API, because I don't want to unintentionally mislead somebody who is going to be doing analyses on that file without being super familiar with the API. I just want to put some child proofing on it so that you can't get yourself into too much trouble and start drawing, like, some really weird conclusions. And then I'm very, very interested in getting that to live on GitHub. So I will be working on that over, like, the next day or two. Probably, because, oh my god, I have so much free time over, like, the next 48 hours. I'm so excited. This weekend and the early start of this week was horrendously busy. But now I'm free. I'm so liberated. And I've got all the time in the world to just muck around on this data stuff, start thinking about how I want to turn it into a video, all kinds of stuff. Let's get our turbo belts down here. Give me some of these, give me some of these. You're missing, what are those, Vulcan servers? Need greens and reds for that? Am I not making these in the mall? You're not making bulk inserters in your mall. Is that because you were shipping them in from another planet? No. Probably make bulk inserters in your mall. So you would go here. And then you would go here. You would make bulk inserter. You're not gonna need a ton of these. Maybe like 100. Bug a couple hours into EU made a reset match. They have an 0-1 skirmish like matchup and then an 83-82. Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit of work in there on like what an irregular match looks like. And I think that's one of the things where it's like there's just stuff that I don't know about the API. And I want to make sure I'm running into a foul as few of those as possible. Because I'm sure there's like lore that other people have in the game. Why are you not making plastic? What happened to you? What's your problem? You're missing Yumako mash. You're not inserting Yumako. You're enabled when plastic is less than 0. No, you're disabled by control behavior. Why are you shut off? Plastic less than 5? Oh, it's okay. There we go. I'm in the API dev Discord? I am, but I don't read it. Because I don't see myself as a dev of anything. But you know what I might do, actually? I might post some of the work that I've been doing in the dev community and be like, yeah, I've got a couple edge cases that I'm worried I'm not handling correctly. Does anybody have a little bit of time to like kick the tires on these analyses and visualizations that I put together and figure out if there's anything the API does that's a little bizarro world that might be a problem? And just see, because if anybody knows it, it's going to be the people in the dev Discord. So I might just ask them if they can think of anything that I might accidentally be running afoul of. Yeah, exactly. I'll get looped in with them. So you can have this go down to like here. And then you're going to take Ag Science out. You're also going to want a heating tower for this. Yeah, you're going to want to build a heating tower for this. 20 concrete, 2 boiler. You're definitely making concrete somewhere, right? Yeah, kind of. Not in any automated way. And then your iron production's dead because you haven't actually used up all the iron on the belt. So that you're expecting to not. You guys can have some of this spare rocket fuel. I don't need it. Oh, you need to turn off your Volcano's trash slots. Your bots are going to be grabbing all the iron ore that you worked so hard for. Here. I don't need a ton. In fact, I think I only need 20. Anyway, I'm super excited about that data set. I don't think that the person who I consult for is probably going to watch me on Twitch, so I'm fairly comfortable saying that I procrastinated on some consulting work that I had as a deliverable today more than I probably should have, because I was really into working on that dashboard on Sunday night or on Monday night. I was just like, I want to be jazzing on this right now. You need to be taking bioflux only. And then also our heating tower is overwhelmed, which is probably why all this stuff is getting backed up with spoilage. So we need to upgrade everything here. Also, that's going to take you an eternity. Make a custom upgrade planner. From yellow to green. From yellow underground to green underground. From yellow splitter to green splitter. Gotta follow the good brain chemicals when they're firing. You do, like... I think if like an interviewer were to ask me what my greatest weakness is, and I was incentivized in any way to answer candidly instead of lying for the sake of getting a job, it would definitely be that I have trouble motivating myself to work on something that I don't really want to be working on. It definitely happens in academia a lot, where I'll just be like, I really don't want to be like working on this research question right now. It's just not interesting. It's not really speaking to me. It's not getting me interested in the subject. But when you do have that question where you're like, where you can see into the matrix on like how you want to do the analysis and how you want to interpret the results and all that other kind of stuff, I definitely try to take advantage of it when I have it. I might never be motivated to work on it ever again, hypothetically, you know? It'd be the only time ever that I'm interested in answering that question. I gotta grab it while it's there. Why aren't you unloading? You need to unload faster. Maybe go into a splitter? No, you can't put a splitter there. You've been over this. Well, you can. You can do this. There you go. And then you need to be a bulk inserter probably, but we're not making red chips right now, so it's going to be an issue. And why aren't you running? The same issue. Less than 5, please. And then you're going to be same issue. No, you always take out plastic no matter what. But I can switch you over so that you grab nutrients. And I need to switch you over, I guess. There we go. Okay, plastic's back on. And it's mostly because this circuit conditioning is all wrong. But at least it runs now. Let's turn you back on. I'm pretty sure you turned off because your belt overflowed. No, I think you're off because we're full on rocket food. But I would need you to always be on. So I guess you would be... What's your circuit condition? Less than 60? You should always be grabbing. You should only run if rocket fuel is less than, like, 50. Actually, you should run all the time. You should only run when rocket fuel is less than 50, because then we won't even put in the nutrients, so they can't spoil. And then you should be the same thing, so you're not grabbing jelly nut unnecessarily. Okay. Pull this a little further over. And fix your power grid. Because every time you fire a rocket, your power grid explodes. That should do you fine for a while. You're going to need to make 6 boilers. Look at that. You're going to need to make 12 steam engines. It's all iron. Off you go. You have run out of nutrients. But why? Because you have plastic. I still don't really like how this works. I'm gonna come back and fix you later. I don't like you right now. But I'm not willing to do anything for you. Also, wait, how does plastic even get into your logistics network right now? It doesn't, is how. So that would be the other reason that you don't currently have plastic, is because it can't find its way into your logistics network. I will give you a passive provider. I will give you one of these. Oh, and then you can make this so much easier. You can make this so much easier. Do you go through any splitters? Yeah, but you don't really need to. Read all belt. You enable when plastic less than in logistics network, remember. No, on just on that belt. When you have less than 400 plastic on that belt, you turn on. And then everything else is just going to go into this box, which is going to be circuit controlled. So none of you, or not circuit controlled, it's going to be visible to the logistics network. So none of you need to talk to any other of you. All these connections can go away. Then you connect to logistics network. You are enabled when plastic less than 1,000. Same with you. Same with you to put nutrients in. And now this thing should just sit there and run. Although you're still slow. You need to be faster than that. It's fine. We'll be working on bulk inserters. Can I please have that bulk inserter back? Where did you take it? Oh, you have 8. Okay, perfect. So you can be bulk. Let's see if that gets the belt moving a little faster. It does. It looks like we're starting to eat through a backlog. All of you are fine. You're not fine. What happened here? Unclear. You have 15 bioflux. You ran out of nutrients. How in the world can you run out of nutrients when you're just taking the nutrients that the machine is taking out? Oh, I see how. If a lot of nutrients spoil inside of it, it takes them too long to clear that nutrient backlog. And then you don't have the chance to pick up new nutrients. So, if we upgrade this to green, that should mitigate quite a bit of that issue. Just by virtue of making the belt faster and clearing spoilage off of it faster so that the inserter can see nutrients more often. And then you need to be able to take nutrients off faster. Or spoilage off faster. Well, maybe you don't. You look like you're doing an okay job of it. The bigger problem is you're really slow to take seeds off. Like, if you see a seed, you miss a bunch of spoilage grabbing. But overall, this looks like it's flowing better. And then you are looking at belt contents. So you have 39 nutrients in there right now. and you have 200 nutrients on belt. But it's all going to spoil at the same time. What if I cut you back to like 30? You know what the other problem is? Is these wait a long time to drop stuff onto the belt. What if you did this? So that no matter what, these could always put something down on the belt. So shouldn't you be enabled right now? You're waiting for source. Oh, you don't have a way to clear spoilage off of this thing. Oh my god. How did you manage to make this? It's a wonder that this ever ran. Also, you shouldn't filter on nutrients anymore. You should just send everything left. Let's see how this does once it turns back on. Here's fresh bioflux for you. This looks more sane. So now you have to fix this one. Because this one's also a little wonked up. Okay. And then change this to be like 30. I think you can put it back to 60. I think changing the splitter around was a much bigger fix than anything else you did. It at least looks like it's just sitting there running happily now. You can probably upgrade these to blues. So that they clear that belt faster if they need to. You're out of nutrients. That's a problem. You always need to have nutrients. And is that the same problem that you had with the other one? Just that it's going to load the outside of the belt too much? Maybe. I'm not sure. No, I think the problem is that you're not inserting nutrients with blues. Maybe try something like that. You're still working. You're still working. You're all working. You're not working yet, but that's because I haven't finished. You're gonna have to figure out how to get power in there. I think you're gonna have to use substations. I don't think there's any other way you can make them fit. Slide these down a little bit then. Then you go here, and then you're going to need 2 more up top to reach the inserters at the very top, but you might as well make it symmetrical. And then you need power. Slowly re-establishing a grid to our power lines. What are you for? What do you don't do anything. You can actually just go. And then can I replace you? Maybe like this? Can't replace you. Can replace you. It's approaching grid-like, which is pleasing. Now, I need to get this bespoke heat tower in, which was the original thing we were working on before. Oh no, you built it. You built it already. So bespoke heat tower. You're gonna run to here. You're gonna run to here. I need a red that takes only spoilage. I need a blue that takes every pentapod egg. We are burning every single surplus in. I'm going to extend you by a little more. I'm going to put one more biochamber in here. This is going to be the biochamber that makes biochambers, so that it can just grab off of the pentapod belt. And then I don't have to deal with the pentapod belt later. Because it's the only other thing that takes pentapod eggs, as far as I'm aware. So you're going to come up to here. You're going to go here. Then we're going to send pentapod eggs underground very briefly, and you're going to get a requester chest. And then you're also going to get a storage chest. Requester, storage. Your outside roboport range, fixable. I'll just drag this one over. Slide a substation up to you. Insert. And you're going to have some special circuit conditions. Output. You do not take pentapod eggs ever. You don't take nutrients ever. But you do take these other three things. And then you need to be wired to the biochamber. I think you actually need a decider combinator too. So decider combinator here. You're going to get wired from the machine into here. You're also going to get wired from this roboport. That actually needs to be your red circuit. I kind of hate that they overlap. There we go. So on the red, you are going to look at biochamber. And you're going to say if biochamber less than 100, you are enabled. And if there are no pentapod eggs in the machine, then you output green check. And then for this inserter, if you see green check, you are allowed to put in one pentapod egg. And I think that should do you just fine. Every single other pentapod egg gets burned. If it makes it through this gauntlet of ag science, it's gone. We're cooking it. You come underground. I'd actually like this belt to go very fast, because the faster we can get it into the rocket, the more science it'll produce. So you will be a green. And then you need a ton of fast inserters. Stop making them by hand. Just go grab them out of your box. Yoink, yoink, yoink. 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 Wait, you don't go on the belt. Then you go here, here. You go... Oh wait, that's not the... This isn't the pentapod egg belt. That is the nutrient belt. So you need to go here. And then you can't go here. You need to have a way to take nutrients in. Okay. So that would be here. I also don't want this here. I'm changing everything. This is biochamber only. This is requests for biochamber. No eggs, no nutrients, 3 landfill. Landfill. Should be logistics. There it is. But only 3. You are filtered on biochamber only. You are filtered on spoilage only. If anything spoils inside that machine, we take it out. You can grab anything that you can find. You can grab anything that you can find. You take out nutrients. Filters, nutrients only, or spoilage only. You take out nutrients. Spoilage. You know what I mean. You know the one. You grab nutrients. You take out ag science only. As do you. Then, you need a way to clear spoilage out of you, which is also just going to be inserters on the back. Because this belt flows into a heating tower non-stop. That's all it does. So, if it ever sees spoilage or pentapod eggs, it's chucking it in. And as long as it's winding up on the top, it'll go directly to the heating tower. So we don't have to worry about spoilage clogging these lines and preventing pentapod eggs from getting burnt. You are spoilage only. You are spoilage only. You... What are you? What do you do? You're grabbing bioflux. Yeah, so the only thing you need to do here is kickstart it. Also, make 1 more heating tower. 20 more concrete. Alright, fine. Solid. No, it's brick. It's okay. You don't have to figure out how to grab iron ore off the belt. Second bespoke heating tower. It's going to burn all of the spoilage that shows up on the fruit and bioflux line. Or, I guess you could have it all flow into this heating tower at this point. I don't think you're putting anything else at this end of the belt, are you? No, you're not. So move this heating tower to here. Burn it. And then you'll go here. And you'll burn it. Oh, this is spoilage only. Spoilage only, spoilage only, spoilage only. Only spoilage, please, friends. Thank you. And then these can go. This weird bespoke solution can be removed. Bioflux is in. Let's kickstart you. And then we're just going to need to go grab a couple pentapod eggs. How do you get rid of spoilage? Like this. Nutrient only. Spoilage. You make nutrient from bioflux. You filter on a spoilage only. Alright, let's go get pentapod eggs. I think we're ready. It looks like there's a base right up there that expanded. So we'll just go haze them a little bit. Oh wait, there's one even closer. Hello, I will be taking your eggs, please. Thank you. Oh, water! They need water. Where's my water? It's here. Okay. You don't have to panic. But do be fast. Go forth. I'm really curious to see how this works. Because if it does, we can leave Gleb up. And that's good. Everyone would love to leave Gleba. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Because you can't put your spoilage on the near side of the belt. You're right. You're going to have to go like this. And then just have it plug in like that. You're not grabbing... Oh, right. You need one of these and one of these. And then you'll need one of these and one of these. We're making science. Alright. So now we run this all the way down here. Oop, no. Actually, I think it turns here. So you're gonna run to about here. You are going to longhand here. And then if you ever find spoilage on this belt, you're just going to jump the gap. Like this. Like this. And then you're going to flow into this belt. And then if science expires in the rocket silo, you're going to take it back out. I think that's it. I think that's the one. So now we need to set up our science request on Novis. We need Gleba exports. And for right now, all that's going to be is 1,000 egg sites. It's going to be one rocket load. Watching a movie with Grim? That sounds fun. What are you guys watching tonight? I want this boat to go faster. I can't explain why, but I feel like it's going to help. Black Mirror? Isn't Black Mirror a show? I thought Black Mirror was a show. It could be. Maybe they made a movie out of it. I don't know. Why did you grab pentapod eggs? Oh, because you don't have landfill. I see. Yeah, that would be a problem. So you need to set up automated landfill production. Grab your drills. I mean, I know that Black Mirror the show is supposed to be very good. So hopefully the movie is good as well. Where's your Yumako? Why are you slow? I think we're going to need to expand our Yumako orchard. Send these drills down, actually. Okay, off you go. Things are turning off and I don't like it, and I don't know why. I gotta get to the bottom of this. These are turning off in a way that's systematic. There has to be something that I'm not understanding about the way that I've built this. But I don't currently know what it is. Gives me big drill. Mine directly into assembling machine. Make landfill. Put into chest. Power. And then you're also going to need a roboport. I don't know if I've automated those. You would think that I have. I have not. I'll just make one by hand. There's still a couple things down here that are broken before we can leave for good. But we are getting very close to being able to leave. That will be roboport coverage for our landfill. Which is going to be what allows you to run. So that we have biochambers automated. We're producing very little bioflux. You're running again. How did you turn back on? You were off. How did you turn back on? Why aren't you inserting? There's more than 30 nutrients on the belt. Take this back up to 60. You have more than 60 nutrients on the belt. I want you to unload nutrients faster. You're taking too long to get those all off the belt. I don't know if it's a problem, but I am noticing it, and I don't like it. go scale you up. Come to your Gleba Voyager. Add section. Gleba imports. No, Gleba exports. But you want to ride this thing back. Yeah, you do. You might want to build a second launch pad. Are you prepared for that? Did you make enough electric engine units? Almost certainly no. No, you did. God bless you. You thought ahead. Holy cow. one of the... Oh, but you didn't make concrete. But you could really think about automating concrete at this point. So let's go do that. Your rocket fuel's off again as well. Why? You have 16 bioflux, but you ran out of nutrients. You don't unload very fast, do you? No, not like at all. Alright, step 1, upgrade this belt. When in doubt. Step 2. Load onto another side of the overall sushi belt. It at least turns back on. You do not make enough Yumako, though. So you're going to have to expand that. The other thing that we need to do with this place is I need to find a nutrient belt that I can strap a pair of assemblers to so that I can start automating the production of soil. And I think it's going to be here. So bring these over. You are going to make artificial Yumako. You are going to make artificial jelly nut. Pair of inserters here. Pair of inserters here. And then you're going to need requesters as well. 2 of those. And you're going to need 2 storage chests. Here and here. You're going to need another RoboPort for one of those. That's fine. You can tile it upwards. You come here and here. And then you guys go here. You request here, you request here. Because the seeds should just be piling up right here. Although you're out of jelly nut. Are you out of jelly nut? Where are they going? There's no way that you should be running out of seeds on that farm. You may want to go and double check that. Alright, so you're at least running. You don't have any landfill. But you are going as fast as you can. I can give you a whole lot of extra. And then how many jelly nut seeds have you stolen? A lot? Yes. Okay, let's cut that back to 100. And then take a bunch of them. Because you don't need 400 to keep that place planted. And I'll give them to you. So that means you're going to want to produce even more nutrients here. That'll speed it up. This will speed it up. Go get some more belt. Oh, you also need to automate rocket production, which you do not currently have done. There you go. Should take care of that. You haven't lost any science yet, so that's good. Upgrade you. Keep these nutrients moving. Landfill is your limiter. You've made 21 biochambers. I think this is all maybe working. Which is a nice feeling. We should probably double check on Nauvis and make sure Nauvis is still running. Yep. Holding steady on science production over there. Let's build... Oh, you never bring water into the main bus. But you can from up here. Yeah, just run it across the top here. Something like that. Is that really your last underground? Whatever. Oh, that's too far to reach. Yeah, you'll have to go through the middle. There you go. Good. You make concrete. How are you going to get iron ore later? You could stick a box at the end. Filter it on iron bacteria and iron ore. Put it here, and then limit it to like that much. And then you're going to need to run a road. No. This is more complicated than it needs to be. Put it up here at the front. Because then you'll be inside logistics range. Iron bacteria, iron ore. You could put about that much in, ever. And then you're also going to need to automate stone brick. Steel chest. You connect... As long as you have less than 2,000, you're probably good to run. And then you can pull from this requester here. Then I just need a way to get you stone brick. So I need a way for stone to enter the logistics network. That's Nauvis. Nauvis will be fine. Probably want that to be a storage chest, rather than an active provider. Because I don't need it pushing things into the network constantly. So you're going to sit there. Then... you need a way to put steel... Oh no, steel's into the network. You'll go requester. You'll move these. No, you don't have to move them. That's the genius of it. Is that they can draw fuel from the belt behind them. As long as you filter these to be rocket fuel only. This is the most cursed smelting setup. I recognize. But I'm trying to do as little work as possible. So you request stone. Also, I like that I said I wasn't going to tax my logistics network too hard, and then I've just put literally everything on the logistics network when I don't want to deal with it. But how often are we really going to be making concrete? It's just to make the rocket silo and nothing else. Surely it can't happen that often. You're going to request like 500 stone. And then you need to go. You'll need to go. And you'll need to run medium electric poles along the back of that. Why aren't you running? You have 51? Where are they? Oh, they're there. So, like, you can go here. You're gonna need one more way at the end. Like so. Like so. Bricks now exist in the network, so they can get pulled into making concrete. Have we fired science up to you yet? No. So the condition is all requests satisfied, and then we deactivate you. And it's on the way now. So kill circuit condition, kill circuit condition. I want you to fly as soon as that egg science hits your inventory. And is Nalvi's prepared to accept it? Yes. So because we know we have a batch of egg science coming in, we're going to switch up our research. We could just grab carbon fiber immediately so that I can make it while I'm down here. But I would actually rather have advanced asteroid processing. Because advanced asteroid reprocessing is what's going to let us start redesigning our ships. Which is what I want to do for next time. Spoilers. We're almost on time. I'm going to figure out why you stop running sometimes. I'm going to make sure that that space science actually makes it to Nauvis. Why are you going to Fulgora? You should be going to Nauvis. Also, that's not great freshness. It's acceptable, but it's not great. Why aren't you running? You ran out of biofuels. How did you run out of biofuels? It's because you're out of Yumako. You have to go plant more Yumako now. Yumako is your issue. Is it you? Yeah. Also, how's your spore cloud looking? Not in danger of making anybody mad. Though you probably want to set up active defenses soon. So, you can go here, 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 and here. Let's see if that speeds things along at all. Otherwise, I can put a second tower over here, and it'll just feed onto the same belt. And then how are you looking over here? I can get one more tile out of you. Why not? There are no other tiles that I can get out of that tower right now. There are... Oh, there are more tiles I could get out of you. Interesting. Here, here, here. So you would want to come around here. And then take these apart. And then you'll come and plant. You'll come down here. I think it's time for you to be an actual lane balancer. But I don't think it's necessary to have you be a green belt, because our throughput issue right now is the towers themselves. Also, you're struggling to grab nutrients because the belt is too fast. So that ought to fix you up. Yeah, I think that you are, you're just not making enough Yumako. You're also not, like, making enough nutrient? What if I take you to 80? Does that help you at all? So you're running again. But I still don't like how slowly you take nutrients out. And I wonder if there's a way to fix that for you. I don't know. I don't think there is. You should be fine now. You're good. Although I'm not sure why you're not grabbing nutrients. Because plastic's full. Ah, there's a problem here. You should always be on the circuit network, whereas you should only turn on when you need plastic. Right? Yeah. So you copy that over, but then you're on all the time. So you're always keeping these machines primed with nutrients, but we're only ever putting Yumako in when we actually need the plastic. And then all of you should always run no matter what. Okay. Good. Why do you break? You break probably when you're full on lubricant, because everything just spoils in the machine. There's not an easy way to fix that, but we don't need lubricant that often, so I'm going to ignore you. You don't appear to break. And you don't have nutrient because you're not getting bioflex. We are running iron a lot. Why are we running iron so much? What are we making so many... Oh, rocket parts. Obviously. If we're making a ton of engines and extra stuff, then it only makes sense. Also, where's all my concrete going? Here, because you didn't set up filters. I think. Concrete. There's 320 concrete in the network somewhere. It's here. This is where you didn't set up filters. You're supposed to be stone brick. So, what do you need for launchpad number 2? Also, did you make it to Navis? You're working on it. You ran out of thruster oxidizer again. God, I hate these ships. These ships need such an upgrade. Oh, it's okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. It'll be okay. You do have a third Yumako patch that you could get right there. Also, you extended radar coverage down here, right? No, you extended roboport coverage down there. I think I'd rather have radar coverage down there. I want to be able to see further out in case these farms get encroached upon. Also, you're not unloading fast enough. You actually need to come off of there. Because you can go like here, but then it's not a tile, that's a tile you want to farm. I see it. It needs to be here. Then you need to be here. We can have a second inserter running here. And then we can go like this. Do you also have that problem? No, because you don't grow Yumako as fast. You're okay. Also, why aren't you... Oh, you are planting it. They're growing. Alright. So Yumako looks like it's improving. Maybe improving. You are almost to Navis. We should get a full batch of science out of this, but it's not going to be a... Well, it's going to be more than 1,000 because you have prod research, but I don't think it's going to be enough to finish advanced asteroid processing in one go. We do have bioflux coming in now. Although you do produce... Okay, wait. You produce 5 bioflux. You consume 5 bioflux per second. I think this belt also needs to get upgraded. Because if just that machine is consuming 5, then I think we're going to have throughput issues all the way along the belt when a red can only send 15. So we'll go ahead and upgrade all the way down here. I don't think any of the spurs are really going to need turbos. I think it's just going to be the main bioflux belt that we need to worry about upgrading. How's that suit you? You might even want 2. You don't need to be a bulk, though. You can just be a fast. Alright, so now we're delivering 7.5 bioflux per second. 5 is getting consumed by you. 6 is getting consumed by you. 7 is getting consumed by you. This should no longer be bioflux limited, as long as we are producing that much bioflux per second. We are producing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And after the rest of the factory catches up, I don't think we'll be consuming that much. We might consume a little more when we're trying to launch a rocket. But overall, this should be fine. This base is not going to scale as nicely as I want it to, mostly because this whole configuration is really annoying to tile. But aside from that, I think we're in business. You are on the way back to Gleba. Great. How close are you to launchpad number 2? 1,000 steel plate. Done. 200 processing unit. Done. 100 pipe. Done. 1,000 concrete. Where are you hiding it again? Here, because you also didn't set a filter here. $636. Alright, so we're just waiting for concrete to come through. And then we are getting off this rock, and I fully expect Gleba to break multiple times while we're gone. And when it does, we're just going to have to come back and fix it. Until we have designed something that is a little more reliable long term. Here, you can have this bioflux. I don't need it. You're not running because we have no pentapod egg. 0.3. It should... Oh, you know what I'm not considering? This makes 0.3 pentapod eggs per second, but then it consumes 0.13 pentapod eggs per second. We're only making 0.2 pentapod eggs per second. So we're making 1.2 pentapod eggs here, and then we're consuming 2 here. We're not quite making enough of them. And I don't really want to add in more because it's going to devour my nutrients. 12, 24. I guess you do make 60. Yeah, maybe you could have put more pentapod eggs in. Just leave it for now, and if you see bioflux back up, then you know that you might be able to add in a bit more agricultural science. But if your ag science isn't exactly as fast as you want it to be, I think that's okay. Also, you didn't put any kind of spoilage processing in your labs back on Nalvi, so you're going to need to do that as soon as you get home. They don't have any way to take spoilage out right now. Have you guys given up on carrying concrete away? Do you not have anywhere else to hide it? Oh, also, things can spoil in logistics chests. I hadn't thought about that. So we need to make one more requester chest. That is going to live here. And it's going to burn full-time, and it's going to request spoilage. So anytime you find any spoilage in this logistics network, just go carry it away, and we'll burn it. Jellynut and Umaka are both picking back up. We've got plenty of artificial soil. Landfill continues to be the thing that you're shortest on. It's because you don't have a filter. But I can't really make you go any faster. The only thing I could do is make a second assembling machine. And I don't think that's necessary right now. Wow, you actually finished all of them already. No, you're at 100. It's because you don't have enough pentapod eggs. You may never get enough pentapod eggs down here. You're right. I really don't want to have to slide this thing down. I'm gonna leave it for now. We have almost 70 biochambers. That'll be enough to expand down here if we ever need to expand. You know what? Yeah. But then not only that, give me the world's most temporary, I want 1,000 concrete request. There's 180 on the way. You were hiding some from me. I don't know where you were stashing it, but you were absolutely hiding concrete from me. You're at 850. We're at 860. We're close. We're very close to leaving. How long are you gonna run? 400? Do you really need 400? Yeah, why not? Once it's done, it's done. And then you never really have to touch it again. $880. Inspect everything else. How are you all looking? You're looking like you're mostly running. Yumako looks like it's starting to back up nicely, except for that giant gap. So definitely need more Yumako. But I think we might be able to hold out until I get to full artificial soils, and then we can absolutely pave parts of this planet in Yumako orchards. Okay. You're slow to take mash out. Is that hurting your throughput? It is. Huh. You actually want double red inserters here. You're not quite producing bioflux as fast as you could be. That's interesting. And you could sort of do it. Like this. So that's going to very marginally increase the rate at which you can produce bioflux, but every little bit helps. Go snag a couple more undergrounds. And do that again on the other one. Can't do it here because of the way we have spoilage set up, but easy come, easy go. It's going to give us a very... How did you stall? That's really bad. Just random chance? I guess if I get rid of output priority, then it'll stop trying to sort, and then that'll work. So I guess that means that could technically happen here as well. Let's set you to have no filter. We'll set you to have no filter. You're loading so many nutrients onto this belt. How are you doing that? I think it's okay. I think it's alright. Cancel that request. I don't need it. That was also the second rocket taking off. I think. Does that mean you dropped off another load of... Oh no, are they all clogged? No, they're not all clogged. They consumed it all. You're going from Nauvis to Gleba. Slowly. And then I guess wait here for all requests satisfied as well. You're so slow. No, that was just your rocket finishing being built. Okay. So give me another one here. You're gonna need prod modules for that again. Let's go steal greens from somewhere. Also, here, have this jelly. I think all of your greens might get consumed right now. They do. We'll steal a few from here then. And then you're short on reds. There. That's your 4. Just handcraft them. You. All of this can go away. These artificial soils can go away. Let's prepare to leave. You can have some LDS, you can have some rocket fuel. You need a little sampling of landfill here. It's not gonna work because you're busy handcrafting a ton of stuff. You're better off thieving landfill from a requester chest. Actually, isn't this in... This is in construction drone range. They should try and build that. I don't have construction drones in the network. You may want to leave a couple construction drones in that network. Just in case you need to build something on the surface remote after you leave. You'll probably want one. How much landfill? 11? Oh. 11 landfill. Alright. I'm doing it. Not fast enough for my liking. Knock yourself out. It's gonna be so long before you actually need those. That's 6. Good. Power it. Alright, fine. We'll belt it. We're reaching, like, concerning levels of laziness on Global. So I'm like... This'll do, though. This'll do, Peggy. This'll do. There. That's one way to do it. So now we shouldn't really have any landfill concerns. That stone will last us forever in a day, and then there's a second patch next to it. Science is only half capacity, but we need to work on the pentapod eggs. We know what the limitation is there, at least. We just got a new shipment of science. The Gleba Voyager sucks, and it almost never has thruster oxidizer. But, am I forgetting anything after advanced asteroid processing? No, that's it. Once we get advanced asteroid processing, we can make some much, much better ships. And that is probably what we will be doing next time. I just really want to get back to Navies before I say goodnight. But man, this has been good. Gleba is like 90% done. The only thing that's still left to do on Gleba... Also, Bioflux is backing up. We're kinda getting there. Bioflux is backing up, and we're still crafting a bunch of stuff in this mold. Like, look at how much iron smelting is running. And all of that consumes nutrients in Bioflux. I do think that we could expand this to go to... Well, what would you want to go to? Each biochamber is 0.2, so you go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1.2, and you need 2. You could go to 2.4. You could double this. That would be 48 nutrients per second plus the machine, so you'd basically have this biochamber running full speed. I think it's possible. I think it's possible. Do you want to just do it now? Yeah, you do want to just do it now. Okay. Cut. Cut. Slide this all the way down to like here. And then just go wait there for a minute. Copy. Flip horizontal. No, flip horizontal like this. Yeah, that'll be fine. No, that'll not be fine. Cut. You need to leave space for these. You know, the ones? Substations? We gotta get out of here. We gotta go to bed soon. Just one more to handcraft. This needs to... You need more undergrounds, but you have those. Surely you have those. Yeah, okay. This needs to go underground here. This needs to go underground here. Off you go. And then you can get hooked back in here. You run along here, you run along here, you run along here. Here, and... Where's my other one? Here and here are substations. You're missing a pipe underground there. You're missing another one. You're missing 2 more. That's not gonna work. How are you gonna make it work then? How are you going to get water in here? You can go under, you can go under. You can go over, and you can go down. You can come up here. Hold on. Everybody chill out. We're fine. Here. Here. It's over one more. Because you go under and up and under and up. You come out here. You come down here. You come out here. You have water. I need to populate you with pentapod eggs, which I can do. Also, can't you just have the pentapod eggs run back this way? Like, you don't need to do all this. You're doing all of it already, I guess. So it's kind of a moot point. And then you need requester storage for biochamber. Copy request. Pull your science back. Does it keep up? Kind of. A little bit. I don't love that there's no nutrients coming through here right now. And I think it's because you're not taking out fast enough. You're not putting in fast enough. We need more bioflux in. Okay. Sure. Because then you can do this. And this can be your spoilage out in an emergency. Not that anything in here should ever spoil because of just how fast this machine runs. And then I guess if you wanted to get really weird, you could do this. And that's your full 60 nutrients per second. I guess. Maybe. I at least see nutrients coming down here more regularly. What's your problem right now? No green circuit? Do I have a way to get green circuit into my logistics network right now? No. You need to put a machine. You need to put a storage chest like here. And then don't overfill that or do anything crazy. Do you need a way to put reds into the network too? No, you make reds. You make reds. Well, you also make greens, but it's obviously not making them fast enough. I like this. I like this base. I really think I like this base. I think our science production is going to be where I want it now. It's going to be of an appropriate speed. You are not going to auto-request. You can auto-request, I guess. No, I should leave you off as well. Really, you should be the one that auto-requests. If we need to ship anything, we'll ship it through you. And then you'll be the one that just handles ag science. How are you doing on rocket fuel production? You are... consuming as fast as you make it. Can I make you go faster? Yes, you don't put jelly in fast enough. You don't put jelly in fast enough. So you can go here. And you can go here. Wait a minute. Isn't this only because you're... It's only because you're limiting how fast you actually make rocket fuel. You have it capped at 50. Alright, cap it at like 300. No, that's not the inserter you do it on. You don't connect this one to the circuit network at all. You never talk to circuit network. It's only you that does. And I want you to go to 300. And then I don't think these are going to be necessary. Because I think we're naturally going to produce way more than that. We should be producing almost one... We should be producing over a rocket fuel per second. So I think we're fine on that. Yeah, we're only producing like 40 a minute. We should be able to produce like 70 a minute. And that's not anywhere near where our consumption is. And all of you are running just fine. And we just built rockets. So I think that's okay. I have a ton of extra bioflux I don't need. You can have that. Why aren't you running? No bioflux? Why don't we have bioflux? No Yumako? It's good enough. We're gonna have to call it good enough. Yumako is the throughput issue. Rocket's not... Oh, right, you're still making a rocket. Yeah. Alright, sure. But also, the Gleba Voyager just left. So you're gonna have to wait... Oh, that's decently fresh science. We're shipping it out at 75. That's much better. That's much, much better. So if we can fix bioflux throughput issues... I think we're feeling pretty good. Can you not grab it? What's going on here? No, you can grab. Just takes you a couple tries sometimes, I guess. I mean, eventually you succeeded. So. Yeah, bioflux is the killer right now. But that's okay. That's going to be a problem for me to solve later. For now. Well, I guess we're waiting for the Gleba Voyager to get back, and then we're going back home. Going back to good old Nauvis. Also, did Volcanoes kill that tungsten patch yet? No, it's 3.5. It's hanging in there. Hanging on by the skin of its teeth. Did it kill the coal patch yet? 8k. It's going to kill that coal patch before it kills that tungsten patch. We're going to have to... where is my next coal patch on Volcanus? Did I secure one? Yeah, I can run a train to that. Alright, Volcanus is going to take a ton of work. And what happens on Volcanus if my coal dies? Does it kill my power grid? No. Your power grid is coal agnostic. Alright, then what we're going to do next time is we are going to do spaceship design. We are going to rebuild our fleet of spaceships. We are going to make them better. We are going to make them faster. We are going to make them stronger. We are going to prepare them for the perils of traveling to Aquilo. We're going to start on Aquilo probably in like 2 or 3 episodes, depending on how fast we can iterate through a bunch of spaceships. And then we're going to knock out Aquilo. We're going to knock out Solar System Edge, and that is going to be a wrap on Factorio. We are getting surprisingly close to the end of the game here. Once we get back on Nauvis, we do also need to extend artillery coverage out to this wall because I really want to secure that uranium ore mine. We literally don't know about any other uranium ore on Nauvis, so we're going to be setting... Well, actually, you already have one. Are you requesting trains? Disabled by control behavior? Artillery less than 0? You can never be less than 0. How did you ever get artillery sent to you? Why are you controlled by this? I don't understand. Oh, wait. Wait. How are you getting shell shipped to you when you don't even have artillery down here? What cleared these nests? Oh, I did build a couple. Okay, I built a couple. You're right. And the reason it's less than 0 is because it's reading the difference between how many it's asking for and how many are in requester chests. Okay, I understand. I remember. You back in orbit yet? Why do you still have egg science on board? Did you drop off egg science here? No. You shouldn't have that anymore. Where did you find that? So confused. Either way, can you just get into orbit so I can get myself up there? Whoa, 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 whoa. Circuit condition, please. Stop the gleba. Battle to space platform. What are you doing up here? Also, why is your science off? It's not, it's just really slow. You might want to think about turning some of those off. Maybe you don't need to run 6 full time, because they're never going to back up. They're just going to run all the time. Yeah. Let the current eggs in that chamber die. Or not die, but, like, take them out. And I'm not going to run these extra ones. Alright, that should just pull all of the eggs out, because they're not going to be receiving new eggs from those inserters. I'm going to wait for my thruster oxidizer to build up just a little bit, because I do have perishable egg science on board. Like, how did you skip past Nauvis when there's no shot that that circuit condition was enabled? I guess we'll go find out. guess this thing can move when it wants to. Just doesn't produce oxidizer fast enough. And it looks like that's just machine throughput limited. So when you get to Navis, what happens? You should send all of your agricultural science in. I get why you were leaving Gleba, because Gleba says you have 1,000 agricultural science on board. And you say yes, and then Gleba says, alright, on your way. But why did you not drop it off at Navis? It is an okay ship. Just not great. Does the job well enough. But it will be nice to upgrade these. I feel like we've made a lot of, like, fat ships. We should make, like, a really wide ship. One that's, like, thin, but it's like a flying bat wing or something. Aha! Why? All requests are not satisfied, though. So if I get it to stop there, and the circuit condition wasn't filled. Oh wait, the circuit condition is wrong. That's why. Wonder how long that's been set to less than 15k. Oh man. So I'm going to bed. Not a single YouTube comment. I'm joking. I cannot. That's been. That circuit condition has been set that way for like at least 8 hours, probably. Alright, so here's our ag science. The last thing we have to do before I can be completely done for the night, otherwise I'm not going to be able to sleep, is I need to figure out how to take out spoilage. It's not going to be easy. Tell you that. It's going to be... First of all, it's time for you to upgrade these power lines. Also, there's your advanced asteroid reprocessing. You should probably start in on biolabs next. So start with captivity. Captivity is going to be step 1. Removing spoilage. Now you think you're going to go like that. And then like this. Filter. Spoilage only. And then I'll be taking these. You do the same thing on this side. No, it need to be here. It's because the closest belt is supposed to go underground. Yeah, you've done this entirely wrong. You know what? It's fine. We're going to be tearing these down for biolab soon anyway. So you're going to go here. Copy you. Paste you. Is that really how you want to do it? Yeah, you could. It looks neat. It's not going to tile at all. True. True. True for a lot of reasons. But this will. Yeah. Yeah. I have absolutely no idea how I'm getting it out of the lab in the middle. I think that one's going to be pretty futile. Gotta be built a lot of these. They just go on forever. Moving my blue undergrounds, like 100 of them at this rate. Get all of the science away. And then copy this. Right. Copy this. You're going to be pasting this a lot. You should tile it as well. You would tile it starting here. This is your tile, right? Yeah. You need to go then. You also need to go. And then here, we dump you into a burner tower. The only hiccup with this is that I don't believe that I can pass spoilage between labs. But maybe I can, and if I can, this is a beautiful solution. But I don't think I can. I don't think they're valid targets for inserting spoilage. Which means that when it comes to agricultural science, we may only ever use this bottom row. Which means you wouldn't need anything on the top row, and you wasted all your time. That is what that would mean. Gross transport belt is in the way. Alright, I need to kill these. Alright, so we're only ever going to run egg off the bottom row of labs. Just to make dealing with spoilage easier. And then we're going to do one more thing as well. Son of a... You know what? It's all going away. If I can't have it, no one can. That's gonna suck, though. That'll be fine. You can just go pull the science out of that later. And then here, you're going to have an inserter that grabs spoilage and is powered. Okay. But then, I don't know if that track... Oh, it doesn't matter. You have mech armor. Doesn't matter if tracks are live or not anymore. You grab egg science. And we're going to turn that into a sushi belt so that it's constantly cycling the agricultural science so that any lab can grab from it and it doesn't all pile up at the end. Otherwise, we're just wasting freshness at the back of that belt. Okay. Now, you just loaded. Great. You have some amount of thruster oxidizer, but not a ton. And that's okay, because you're going to wait until you get to 15k in novice orbit. Actually, maybe you should wait until like 40k. Because then you can make the return trip just as fast. And you also need power. There you go. Okay. As far as I know, this is automated agricultural science. Unless something breaks on Gleba that I don't currently understand, which is entirely possible. Like, this is currently broken and has no way of turning itself back on. So eventually we're going to run out of plastic. Which means you're not going to be able to launch rockets, because you can't make blue chips. You're going to need to figure out why you can't turn yourself back on. But, like, besides that, it works really well. So we're going to play more Factorio tomorrow, after Guild Wars. And given how content was today, we might be playing a lot of Factorio tomorrow if we tag down as early tomorrow as we did tonight. If you want to know when that's going to happen, I have a Discord. You should join it, and you should give yourself the stream pings roll so that you know when I will be going live in the future. I have a YouTube channel if you are a Guild Wars 2 holdover and you are interested in edited, curated World versus World guide videos, content, etc. And I have a VODs channel if you want to catch up on what's been going on Factorio, Guild Wars, or other series we have on the channel in the past. I will see you guys around tomorrow. A 72-hour stream? No. Can you imagine how degenerate this base would look if I was playing Factorio for 72 hours? Can you imagine? It would be a nightmare. There's no shot. But I would like to do a longer stream at some point, maybe to celebrate like being done with dissertation or other interesting things that might be coming up in the future. So stay tuned for that. Maybe it'll be something we do, but not tonight. I'll see you guys around tomorrow. Till then, take care and have a good rest of your day. I'll see you then.